So let me share with you the 6 powerful rules of influence that helped me land a $33 million deal. Guys, my name is Vikram Rai with Viking Capital, and I use Robert Cialdini's famous 6 rules of influence to help me land a powerful new project for my private equity real estate company. Robert Cialdini is known as the master of influence, and in his seminal book, Influence, he talks about these 6 characteristics: likability, commitment/consistency, reciprocity, social proof, authority, and scarcity. Let me show you how I use these in one 30-minute conversation that helped me land one of Viking's newest deals this year. So number 1, likability. It's all about creating rapport. When you meet someone, you really want to create rapport. You want to create connection. You want to create commonality. The way I did this is immediately I asked the seller, hey, how did you come across this asset? Hey, what was your origin story? Where did all of this come from? I found out that he's one of the small group of traders that was involved in what we call the Big Short, where they shorted the market in 2008 and had this huge windfall. Number 2, commitment and consistency. So first of all, throughout the process, every step of the way, we were communicating, we were showing interest, we were giving them transparency in where our offer is and where it's going. Next, the broker I interacted with on this deal was the same broker I bought a deal from 18 months ago, and I kept in communication with them consistently. And that consistent feedback and follow-up helped us land this deal. The third one is reciprocity. What that means is if you do something for someone, they feel obligated to return the favor to you. And so what we did was the seller asked, hey, would you be able to include certain terms in your purchase agreement? We said yes. Then they asked, hey, would you be willing to share where equity comes from? And we shared an equity roster, which we normally don't do. They were really impressed by that. So now they feel like we've lived up to all their asks, and they probably have an obligation to live up to some of our asks. So the next one is social proof. They checked us out on social media, on the internet, on YouTube, on LinkedIn. They checked out our website. In fact, he even said, dude, I'm jealous of your website. My ex-wife designed mine and I hate mine. They saw testimonials from brokers. Also included social proof in my discussions by saying, hey, we've worked with the top sellers in the country, and I rattled them off. On top of that, I threw names that they know. Hey, look, we're on Blackstone's preferred buyer list. They were super impressed with that. Next one is authority. So I spoke with knowledge and data and conviction on so many different topics: debt, legal, structuring, the immediate submarket. We talked about why this deal makes sense for our portfolio and our investment thesis. And again, it exhibited authority. People, when you're working with them and they want to be influenced by them, they want to speak to someone who is of stature, of authority, who's a thought leader in the space or an expert. And we exhibited that during our discussion. And finally, scarcity. I let them know that we're pursuing 3 other deals that are also very attractive. And if this deal doesn't make sense, we're just going to move on. So he knew that we as a buyer are not desperate for this deal, but we have other options. And then it shows that, look, our time and our money and our resources and this opportunity for us to do this transaction is potentially a scarce resource here. And so by stacking all 6 of these things, I was able to negotiate and get a deal under contract for almost $500,000 less than all my competitors. Guys, if you're ready to take your influence and your negotiations to the next level, read Robert Cialdini's book, use his 6 principles, and best of luck in your future transactions.